Beautiful. I just found some soil in my yard where I didn't have any wood chips. This is what my soil used to look like. Now look at that worm stuck in there. This is a ball of clay. This is what I used to try to grow in. I found it in an area where there was no wood chips nearby anywhere. And look, and it feels like I'm trying to make clay clay with it. And look at it. This is a worm that was stuck in there. He's cold, and I don't know. I'm glad my soil's much better. But this worm is better. And organic, if you have to, organic fertilizer. This is organic for me. These wood chips. That's what I use. I'm not buying fertilizer. This is the best fertilizer right here. Once the worms come into this area and start feeding these trees that rich, fertile, free fertilizer that they excrete from their backsides, it's the best fertilizer for these plants. Now, when I build my plants in the spring, I use this stuff. It's going to be a long time for this breakdown. I think about 4 more months, excuse me. Those are leaves. I plan on getting some more this year. This here is also quality fertilizer. Like I said, this is nothing but leaves. And it's not broken down the way I want them yet. This is going to be here another 4 months before I touch it. About 4 more months. Because it's still too hot. And I'm going to tell you, you put your seedlings into this, they're going to know what to do. Now over here, I'm going to do a 50-50 mix. I'm telling you my secrets now. I'm going to do a 50-50 mix of this compost and this worm casting for my started seedlings this year. So I will get a jump right out the gate when most people be going into stores to buy topsoil or plant starter, quote unquote, garbage I call it. You put your plants in it. They got a little quick starter fertilizer in there. You put them in there. They'll get them up and growing, and then your plants will start starving after about 2 months. I don't like that. I put this stuff in here. It's slow release. It's what the plant needs. It's natural. It's no chemicals. It's no man-made steroids or nothing in it. This is the good stuff. This got to break down, of course. Like I said, another 4 months. Then this here is the richest fertilizer on earth. Inside of these are worm castings. These are all new bins. See here? I just threw this in there. It's too much, but it's wintertime, so I'm going to let them feed up, and they'll be fine in this. And I'm going to cover this whole area here with either a tarp or I'm going to cover it with leaf. I got my worms through last year by just covering all of these containers with leaves, big piles of leaves. And that helped every last one of my worm bins stay alive. I will survive. There's another one there. See? And they're nothing but leaves. And they will make the richest compost on the planet. You don't have to, all you got to do is stop. When you hear the word, go buy this, you got to say, wait a minute. Do the natural plants go buy stuff in the woods and the forests? No. Really windy out here today. And that's cut back. All of them are cut back to about 3.5 feet tall. And when you cut them back like that, it allows them to bush out instead of growing 16-foot long shoots. Which for me was hard to manage because I didn't want to put stakes in the ground and all that kind of stuff, have them falling over and all that. So what I did is I cut them off, and it actually produced more berries. Great thing. These are blackberries, and over here is another variety of blackberry. This here is full of these sharp spines. I mean, really, trust me, they can hurt you. And I cut those back, and they're about 2 feet, 2.5 feet tall. They're going to bush out and produce a lot of blackberries this year. Maybe not a lot, because I did cut them back very, very, very hard, but they will produce quite a bit. Wintertime, this is not the prettiest to see this plant. These are my red raspberries. I don't know what kind they are. Don't ask me, please. I don't know. But I bought them at Walmart. I can find out if you need to know. But these are grown in wood chips, and some of them are moving out into the aisle. That's what they do. And let me show you what I got here. This is a plant. I just pulled it from the ground. I'm going to put it about 3 feet from that main plant there, and it'll actually spring up. And here's another one. See, the soil, the roots are intact, everything. I broke it off, but it's not going to hurt it. It's got the little, see the little buds there. It's got 3 of them on there, so it should be fine. I'm gonna put them in the ground. These are 2 here I just put in the ground. That's number 1, and this in here is number 2. They were free plants. I mean, I couldn't help myself. So you put them into the ground, and once you get them in there, they produce your next year crop. And then once they really fill out and start sending their own shoots out, you got more raspberries and you know what to do with. That's how you do it.